Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I decided to vlog another week because that's what you guys seem to enjoy watching and that's what I always get comments about. On Sunday there was an archery competition at Imperial College London which I went to. That was my first competition, and now it's Monday and I had to charge my phone, of course. Not sure what that weird face was though. I feel like I always forget to charge my phone, but maybe I'm just using it too much. And oh look, you can see me through the window of the charging box. And wow, here are some really interesting shots of me closing the box, and looks like I'm running to class when I'm not. So I had a lecture, so had to go to it, of course. Don't want to be missing out. Hi everyone, morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time it may be for you. It is a new week and I am again in the lecture theatre with my friend. Yeah, it is Monday. Yesterday was Sunday. I can't believe I just said that. And there will be a clip from yesterday when there was a competition. I don't usually include weekends, but I decided to include it this week because it was quite eventful. So this is the first lecture of the day, and there will be a few more classes and things, and I'll just take you through the day like I always do. Oh, and here I am just opening my folder, getting my notes out. For this module I print out my notes because there's a lot of stuff that we go through in the lectures and it's quite hard to write everything down. So I just print it out and highlight and do stuff like that. And it looks like I'm always eating, like all the time. I promise I do the work as well. After the lecture we went to People's Palace and then we went to Draper's to get some lunch. So I got macaroni cheese this day. We've literally been going there to get macaroni cheese every day, but they always sell out, which is so annoying. But I got the last one, so I got lucky. After lunch it was time to go to a tutorial class, so in here we just basically do practice questions from stuff that we've learned in the lectures. I decided to start my Tuesday by going to an archery session. So I don't really go on Tuesdays anymore because of my new timetable and of like some clashes, but I just went because I wanted to. I was trying out these new techniques which are like the correct techniques on how to shoot and stuff, and I was just trying to get used to it. Archery is a very technical sport, so it takes a lot of practice to get good at it, and even though I've been going for so long, I'm still not that great, but I'll let you watch me try and shoot. These are my friends being very healthy with, what is that?
It's a shortbread.
A chocolate shortbread thing, and what is that? Donut. Lovely, love that. After lunch it was then time to go to another tutorial yet again. So I have about 4 tutorials a week, one for each module. So I found these pens on eBay. They were super cheap. They're basically like dupes for friction erasable pens, and these pens work just as well. They actually erase a lot nicer than the friction pens. Usually by this time in the day I am like brain dead. My brain just doesn't work. So I'm out here trying to do some questions. So my friend and I were just working on them together, and they're quite mathematical, so we were just using a computer to help us with like formulae and stuff, but we did get the work done and we got some questions correct, which is a good sign, I guess. These tutorial sessions are really relaxed and they're quite informal, so we usually just have a PhD student at the front who leads the session and gives us hints and like tips on how to answer the questions, and then we just answer them ourselves. Yeah, this is how it looks like when I leave the building.
Why did you press up?
Oh no!
And you got that on film too?
I did get that on film. Hopefully there's no one in the lift.
It's going down, right?
This is what the lift looks like.
It's as if the viewers don't know what the lift looks like. I like going to the nest in the mornings before I have lessons because it's just quite relaxed.
can be a bit intense even if you are just on the first floor. And what on earth am I doing? I look like such a kid, what the hell? I had about half an hour before my first lecture, so I decided to go over and highlight some of the notes from previous lectures just to familiarise myself with the content. Here I am just highlighting away at my notes. I'm not sure if I was mindlessly highlighting though, because sometimes I feel like I take notes or I just highlight but I don't really take in the information. So if you have any tips on how to revise more efficiently, feel free to leave them in the comments down below for everyone to benefit from. I then met up with my friend and went to our lecture. So this is another 2-hour lecture that we have, and this one is math based. It is quite intense and it is very, very dense, this module. So you really do need to keep on top of it if you don't want to forget stuff. And yep, I just normally copy down what the lecturer writes on the board. I had 3 homeworks due this week. They are assessed. So I went to drop my first one off today, so we normally just put them in these like red boxes for our lecturers to collect and correct, and then we get them back in our pigeonholes. I like my hair today. I then went to Krispy Kreme Donuts and got a Valentine's themed heart-shaped donut. It just looked pretty and I had a free donut voucher, so I was like, why not just get it today? Okay, so basically I've just had one lecture and I'm going to the next one, and I put my phone in the charging box, so I need to go and collect it. Honestly, I am so glad that we have these charging boxes. My phone was on like 30%, so it needed to be charged ASAP. I then had another lecture to go to, so here I am scanning myself in because I was present in the lecture and I'm making notes. Again, this is the math module that we have. After the lecture I went to work. I didn't film it because, quite self-explanatory, is work. So I am a subject ambassador, so I just go to schools and do presentations and things like that. I went to archery this morning, but I didn't film it because you've seen me shooting arrows so many times. I then had to go to the library just to do some miscellaneous bits and bobs before my next lecture. My friend texted me because we always come into uni early, so we normally just meet up before our classes. And are you surprised that all we did was chat after we met up? I believe one day we will actually do work when we meet up early. It will definitely happen, and I will let you guys know when it does. It was then time for me to hand my final piece of coursework in for this week. After my lecture, I went to Draper's. I don't remember exactly what was special about this particular week, but there were a lot of sport things out for us to just use. As it was Valentine's Day, some of us from archery went to the Serial Killer Cafe for lunch, and basically everything there is served with cereal. And oh look, cute, everyone is waving to the camera. Aw, cuties! Excuse me?
Fruit Loop gin, that's a thing!
It was a nice way to end the week. And if you enjoyed this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, smash the subscribe button, turn on post notifications, and see you in my next one. Bye guys!